Well, it looks like the UK is taking the next step towards its eventual collapse by revolution, which would be a good thing. Or probably what's more likely to happen, total, complete, totalitarian government that would make fucking China blush. Okay? Social credit scores, 15-minute cities, already putting people in jail for offending people. Who are they offending? Mainly illegal aliens. If you're a white European or even a black English person or something, if you're an actual British person, you don't have a right to a country. Which is funny because a lot of these people that spout this kind of stuff, no borders, no nothing, you know, they will appreciate other people's cultures while telling you that you don't have one. Okay? White guilt because of their white professors that told them being white was a bad thing because of all the meanie stuff white people have done in the past. Like what? Bring civilization to the world? A lot of stuff that people take granted today came from white people. But apparently they're not allowed to have their own place, and which is ridiculous. But it's no coincidence while they're doing it right now. They took away social media right now, okay, for the children. 16 years old until you're 16, I believe is what it is. And they took away all the social media. And then if you still want to get on there, you're going to need biometrics, credit card, passport, government ID, something like that. Okay? Kids won't be able to get on there. They want them to go outside and play. Like that Noack kid went out on the town, got stabbed by a Sikh, and then arrested for it. That's the kind of shit that's going on over there. And I don't think Americans really get it yet. That's what's going on over there. Like, it's the same with the illegal aliens over here who are getting drunk and driving down the wrong side of the road and killing somebody. And you're like, this is fucking illegal. Why are they even here? Imagine that, but to like tenfold. America's a huge country, so we can absorb millions of people and you don't really notice. You kind of do, but you don't. The UK is not like that. It's small. So when 2 out of 10 people are illegal aliens, you see it. And when they get all the preferential treatment from the government, like they're getting, you can be an illegal alien from fucking Borneo or something. Northern Africa is usually where they're coming from, in other Muslim countries. You can pass through several other safe European countries, which doesn't make you an asylum seeker anymore. Asylum just means you're getting out of one violent place to the first safe place. Excuse me. So they go there because it's the best social programs. They go there because they can get off a boat and have a lawyer protecting their rights, get a place to live, money, other stipends, bus fares, cars sometimes, and driving lessons, the ability to bring your family over, whoever that may be. It's ridiculous, man. It really is. And I can see why the people are getting mad. And on top of that, these illegal aliens are stabbing people, they're raping chicks, they're doing all this crazy shit. Taking third world, Islamic ideals and bringing them to a first world Western country just doesn't work. They're different. They're too different. They're not compatible. And sorry to say that, but sorry, not sorry. It's true. It's going on over here too. The Islamic thing it's not going to work. There's always going to be pushback because Islam wants to conquer by the sword. You either convert or die by the sword in Islam, and it's a expansionary belief and religion system. It's just all there is to it. There's no peacefully coexisting with them. They want to take over everything. It's that simple. And they're doing it in the UK. And they're using democracy to do it. And that's why I think it's a time that the West takes a hard look at democracy. And if we need to do something different, Otherwise, all these flags are going to end up like that flag with a big crescent moon in it, too. We can't let our creation of democracy be the tool and instrument of our demise. If you go over to the UK and you look at who's over there, in charge, the mayor of London's Islamic, the person in charge of the interior, and like the person in charge of immigration and all that, they're Islamic. Every mayor of a major city there is Islamic, you know? And that's what they do. They get in areas and they get into voting power and they use the power of the system and then they take over school boards and all that kind of shit. So people need to get out and vote more, for one thing, because a lot of people are just apathetic to it. They're just like, I'm not going to vote, it doesn't matter. And it probably doesn't. But they will use our system to take us over, and then the second they have control, it'll be over for people. And it's amazing to me that these lefties are going along with it. You know, it happened in Dearborn, Michigan. I believe it was Dearborn. It's like pretty much been taken over by Islam. And then you got the help of the LGBT community to preach and bitch, because that's what they do best. And the second they got in charge, they took down and made it illegal to have the LGBT flags anywhere in town. You know, you couldn't, all these rules, everything that they said they'd do for the LGBT community, they didn't. Say what you want. You know, at least Republicans will still let you have your flags at your house and do that. You just don't want them on federal fucking buildings because it's supposed to represent everybody. Just like you wouldn't want a MAGA flag on a federal building. So, it's crazy. But the UK, they're right there. Just making that social media banned for people under 16 and the guise of saving the kids, same kids they didn't give a shit about while they were getting raped by, again, illegal aliens, the you know, Afghan fucking grooming gangs and shit like that. It's unbelievable. But the riot from that guy getting his head sawed off the other day, almost sawed off in Ireland, in Belfast, people are going to crack. And when you take away their ability to vent, they're really going to lose it. So, I predict something happening in the UK fairly soon. It's been bubbling up year after year after year, and the government keeps cracking down, calling everybody, you know, Nazis and racists and fascists and far right and thugs and all that. So, yeah, it's going to happen, dude. The suicidal empathy's got to go everywhere in the West. Or we're going to be jizya. We're going to be second-class Islamic slaves in our life if we don't do something. I'm not saying wipe them all out and all that shit, but they got to go. They got to get out of the West. They're not compatible. And that goes for the nice ones, too. You know, moderate Islam, it's still Islam. And it's still, its goal is to take over. And they will either not call out the radical ones or fucking cover for them. It's that simple. And it sounds bad, but it doesn't really matter because that's where we're at in the world right now. Otherwise, we're going to look a lot like Europe. Go over there and look at the numbers. Brussels, the head of the EU, is 70% Islam. The city of Brussels. Hundreds of year-old buildings, beautiful. 70% Islam. Paris has no-go zones. Sweden, every part of Europe, pretty much. Except for Eastern Europe. Go figure. They'll be the only reason there's white people in Europe in 100 years at this rate. You know? Knifing's gone up like 10,000%. I think Sweden has more bombings than like Baghdad. It's like, come on. You can't bring these people in and let them do this. You can't. And they'll destroy everything. When they take over, there'll be nothing left of Europe in 100 years. You won't even know they existed. There'll be no statues, no monuments, no artwork, no music, no beautiful buildings, no stories, nothing but fucking Allah, you know, that's it. They're against music. They're against art that isn't fucking up Allah's butt, you know? I wish there was a way to coexist, but I mean, there isn't. They just need to stay on their side of the planet, and we need to stay on our side of the fucking planet. And we're destined to fight it out otherwise. The suicidal empathy that mainly white liberals in the Western world has led to this mass migration of people from the third world. And like I said earlier, America can absorb a lot, and we're getting a different kind of illegal alien. We're getting Hispanics, which I grew up in LA. You know, we have a lot more in common with Hispanic people and South American people up here in the north than we do Islamic people, you know? And it's like, they're Christians still, you know, mainly down in South America and Central America and Mexico. So it's like, at least there's that, You know, a lot of times they speak English. You know, you can communicate with them. But the Islamic people, especially the ones in Europe, dude, they're fucked. They're gonna have a hard time. Even if they did a full stop on letting these people in, you have so many that you got to deal with, so many that you got to get out, and then you have so many fucking collaborator type people, the suicidal Karens. You know, fuck, man. There's a lot that needs to be done. There really is, and I hope it gets done. Otherwise, the UK is gonna be a thing of the past, man. And so will New Zealand and Australia and all of Western Europe, really. Germany, Spain, France, Belgium, Netherlands. All of it's gonna go. It's gonna go the way it did in every place that Islam's taken over. In Lebanon, in all of North Africa. You know? Fuck, man. So yeah, I hope they find their balls. I hope they deal with their government over there in the UK, the people. And look, their defense minister came up and said something very interesting the other day. He basically says that the UK is unable to defend itself or police itself. And I think that was kind of a, we can't stop you to the people. That's just my theory, though. Anyway, see you tomorrow for more wise words of wisdom, everybody.